What is up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new video. Today we are going to be getting ready for our first ultramarathon of the year. It's going to be a self-supported 50K, but this is a training run, so we're not going to be going all out. We're just trying to test out some gear, test out some self-supported watering techniques and gear setup. Now, I am a super heavy sweater, so my gear is going to be a little bit different than what most people probably need on a 50K, especially just because there's going to be aid stations, water points, and everything like this. Pretty much everything that I need for this whole run, this 50K, I have to actually carry on me. So I have to test this out. I'm going to be doing a little bit more self-supported stuff probably at the end of this season, so I really wanted to test out this technique of carrying quite a bit of water, and I haven't really seen anybody do it in the fashion that I'm going to be doing it, just because it is kind of wonky. So what I'm going to be running in is going to be this Solomon Advanced Skin 5. I'll have this on my back with the 2 bottles, and then I will have this waist pack with the 2 bottles. These are 550 milliliter bottles, and then these are going to be 500 milliliters. So I'll have quite a lot of water on me just because I'm such a heavy sweater. As I said before, I have ran with a bladder before, but it's so hard to actually track how much fluids you're getting in with your bladder, and I had some troubles with my other ultra marathons, or really my training runs earlier, with trying to get the right amount of fluids at the right time while using the bladder. So one run when I did 26 miles, I think last week, I drank through the water way too fast, and then I had a bunch of water sloshing through my stomach. That was absolutely terrible. And then another run, I got done with the run, I think it was about 24 miles, and there was half a bladder still left, so I didn't get enough fluids and I felt absolutely terrible. So I'm going to try this technique. I know it's a lot of gear to be carrying on your body, it's a lot of water to be carrying on your body, but maybe, hopefully, this will work out where separating it between your actual waist and your body will really help. Now, the other gear that I'm going to use, this is a pretty flat course, so I don't really need trekking poles or anything like that. I will be taking 9 gels. I'm hoping to get this done probably in 4 hours. No, definitely not 4 hours, but probably around 4:30 to 5. Anything under 5 hours, I will be super excited about. What I'm really aiming for is 4:30. But once again, this is just a training run leading up to the 55 miler, the M to M. That's probably in about 3 weeks once this video comes out. So this is really one of my peak training runs, and I just want to make sure that I'm not blowing out on this, not using all my energy on this actual training run. So I'm going to be going a lot slower than I want to, probably staying around that 155 range. So I'm going to just be taking in the goos. This is pretty much for weight. I'll have 9 of these goos, the 4 bottles, and that's basically all I'll be carrying. I'll have my phone and a couple other things that I like to carry just for safety purposes and other reasons on the trail. I might have some toilet paper just because I do sometimes get some bubble guts. Don't judge me. I will bury it if I have to. If I have to run to a superstore, I'll stop in their bathrooms and do that. But that is a story for another thing. But I have a little bit more preparation that I have to do for this first ultramarathon, the 50K, for tomorrow. Got to do a little bit more trail recon, figure out where the turnaround point is on this actual trail, so I'm not overrunning or underrunning and having to run around in circles in the actual parking lot. So let's get everything done, get everything ready, and I'll talk to you guys in the morning. Let's go. Alright, it is morning. Did sleep in as expected. Wanted to get out there a little bit earlier, but we'll just roll with it. Getting some breakfast in. This is a super weird breakfast that was recommended by the coach that I'm working with, and it is a banana, 1 scoop of whey protein, some Tailwind, and the mother of all applesauces. This is 2.5 cups of applesauce that I'm going to try to suck down with this boba straw. So that is the really strange breakfast. I want to see how it feels, see if this is something that I can actually do. I'll get this down, get on the trail, and we'll see you out there. So we are at the trailhead. There's quite a lot of people here, so just trying to be a little sneaky. All right, got all my bottles straight up. So I'm straight water bottle man. Let's get on the trail, get this run done. All right, so we are about 6.5 miles into this run. Everything is going really well. I actually feel like I'm really well hydrated, really well fueled. The packs are pretty comfortable. Reminds me of back in my military days, wearing a kit and then wearing a war belt. So I'm pretty used to having all this gear on me and moving for a long time. But the belt did start slipping a little bit. Had to reposition some of my tape so it didn't slip anymore. We're moving at a pretty good pace. Feeling good. Let's actually, it's pretty hot out. It's about 70 degrees, which isn't hot most places, but in New Hampshire, coming right out of the winter, my body is like, what is this? What is this? And I'm just sweating all over the place. So staying up on my fluids, staying up on my nutrition. Let's get some more miles in. Probably see you at the turnaround point. We are about 13.1 miles in, half marathon complete. This trail is a very slight incline that you can barely even feel, but when you look at your heart rate or perceived effort and then your paces, you can see it in there. Maybe about 30 seconds to a minute slower than if it was completely flat, but I'm getting some good movement in. Just kind of bopping along, trying not to push it. My heart rate definitely spiked a couple times and I had to force myself to slow down, just like always, because I'm a doofus. All right, we are at 15.6 officially, the turnaround. We went up those last couple miles and now we're gonna head back down. Let's try to get a negative split. So we are heading back. We're at the halfway point, just running back down. It should be mostly downhill from here, so that, like I said, hoping for a negative split. Got in about a liter of tailwind, 400 calories in tailwind and 5 goo gels. So pretty hydrated, good nutrition going on, feeling good. Legs are starting to get a little tired, but I think going downhill will help shake them out a little bit, make that lactic acid start processing through my legs. So let's get some miles in. I might check in around the marathon point. All right, so we're at 26.6 miles. Man, I'm absolutely getting worked. Just the sun's baking me. I don't know, just getting worked, but got about 5 miles left. Got to dig deep on this one, finish it up strong. So let's get going. We are about 29 miles in and I am on the absolute struggle bus. Oh man, I got too cocky, went out too fast, and I'm paying for it. But this is a good gut check. I needed this because I was getting way too cocky running on the roads, doing hill repeats, way too cocky. Got to go back, restructure my paces, and keep working on this, keep chipping away. Let's finish this up, last couple miles, and we'll wrap this video up. Oh. Woo! All right. Oh, that was a struggle, but that was a struggle. Okay, so I completely just got destroyed, probably around mile 25. Got absolutely wrecked. Made it through. We're back at the car. Got the 50K done. got that good gut check that I absolutely needed, which is awesome. So I am totally revitalized, gonna go back at it and try to make sure that I am working even harder. All right, let's get home, look at all the data. Freaking salty I am. Oh my God, I was sweating my balls off. Woo! All right, so there we have it. The 50K is complete. That was an absolute gut check. As I told you before, in the car and on the trail, I was absolutely bonked, just completely destroyed at around mile 25. I got way too cocky. My last long run was about 28 miles, and I ran that whole thing perfectly fine, hydrated, good nutrition, and I thought I could do it up to 31 miles. And I probably could have, but I was pushing way too hard. I was staying around that 165 threshold range the entire run, and I paid for it when my body was just like, no more, I give up. I'm not gonna do it. My stomach started cramping. I was actually sore for about, or I'm still sore in my diaphragm because I was cramping, and I had to curl up a little bit because it was cramping so hard right here. So I really paid for being cocky. That has always been a problem of mine ever since I was a teenager, just being way too cocky and then getting in trouble. So that's something that I'm constantly working on. And runs like these, oh man, they help my stupid ego and my stupid cockiness so much because it knocks me back down to zero, which I need to be. So I need to have a clear head, not cocky at all, and run races accordingly. So basically, when I run again, I'm gonna probably do this next week, another 50K next week, and then taper down to that 55 miler. And this time I'm gonna stay underneath 155. That's the key. When I ran that 28 miles at my training, under 155, it was perfect. Felt great the entire run, and hopefully I'm gonna be doing that in the future. So I learned a lot. We ended up running 31 and a half miles. Moving time was 4 hours, 36 minutes, and 48 seconds. The average moving pace was 8:47. Those numbers look a little bit faster. My watch messed up around, I think it was around mile 25. I was like so dead. I accidentally fat fingered my watch and it just went crazy. Also on mile 20 and 21, for some reason it said I did a 4-minute mile, and then the next one was like 33 minutes. So I have no idea what was going on with my watch that entire time. But the actual moving time was probably around 4:49. I would probably say around 4:49, an average pace around 9:01, or around 9-minute mile pace. So that was really good moving time. That is that's what I would like to be moving on a flat course, kind of like that, is around 8:30 to 9. That's the pace that I want to keep for 100 miles. That's my goal, is to be able to keep around a 9-minute mile pace for 100 miles. And that is a hefty goal, that especially when you get into like 50 miles, 60 miles, keeping that pace under 10 minutes, under 11 minutes, 12 minutes, it's so much harder just because your body's just absolutely done. Your joints are starting to swell up. So that's my goal. And I have a lot to learn. I have a lot more training runs. Let's see if I can make this 50K workout next week. But learned a lot. Don't be cocky, but keep chipping away. Be aggressive, not cocky. Get out there, crush it, go keep pushing it, and let's keep going. Let's go.